Welcome to Madison, and welcome to Madison, Wisconsin for Week 4 action in the Simulation Minor League as Ottawa visits Madison. I'm Tom Riddell here with Tyler Fox. Tyler, looks like we have a barn burner.
Absolutely, Tom. Glad to be here in Madison. We're just a stone's throw away from both of our home locations, aren't we here, Tom? And we're out here in Wisconsin. The Madison Lynx, two very close wins. They're a team that likes to fight in those tough, tight battles. We're looking to see maybe a little bit of improvement. Maybe they can extend the lead here today for Ottawa. A couple of close battles themselves here in recent weeks where they came back to beat Lexington down 24 points. Then last week, San Jose comes back and does them right back to them. So this is going to be a fun, interesting matchup. Two tough teams and two teams looking to make headway here midway through the season.
Should be a terrific, fun game.
We take a look at these. All right, go ahead, Tom. I was just going to say, Tom, we keep stepping over. Canada and Minnesota connect. We got a lot of good prospects here, Tom. Scar Patterson already, according to Mike Quinstu, one of the best quarterbacks that we should see come off the board here in the Season 18 draft. We've got guys like T.C. Turner on the defensive line for Ottawa. We've got guys over on Madison like maybe Charlie Baker and Clay Martin are two guys I like seeing. And a lot of signings over the last couple of weeks as well. So really interesting to see what happens here in Madison.
So now we get ready for the kickoff. Ball's on the tee. And we're off. The ball comes down at about the 10-yard line. Nice return. It'll be 1st and 10. Madison at their 31-yard line. Actually, Ottawa at their 31.
Madison, 2 wins after that week 1 bye here, Tom. Can they keep the momentum going?
So Xavier Moon's your quarterback as he comes to the line. Split backs, 2 receivers to the top. Looks like a blitz. Back the pass, dumps it off. He made something out of nothing. That was Marcus Duncan.
That's something you want to see early on in this football game here, Tom. A nice play to establish the tempo, get positive yards, and that's an excellent screen play here on 1st down. Sets him up with 2nd and short. Again, stereotypical coin phrase here. Opens up the playbook for just about anything.
Inside handoff, bounces it out, and he'll pick up a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and inches.
Now that power run can be effective, Tom, but if you get people like Bryant there who comes down and takes out, he's from a strong safety spot, comes in and takes out the halfback Conway, I'm getting my players all mixed up. That's Amar Bryant there for Ottawa who takes down the halfback Marcus Duncan. Again, need another one here, another goal line set here for Madison.
Again, inside handoff, it's a big hole. And that'll be the 1st down in the play up to the Madison 46-yard line.
I think that was just much more straightforward than the power run. They tried to go to the near side. The offensive lineman knew what they had to do, Tom. They just opened up that hole in the middle through the defensive line and gave Duncan enough room to run through.
They go back to the split backs, 2 receivers to the bottom. Back the pass. Moon, he dumps it off. Duncan gets a nice hole, pick up another 1st down to the Ottawa 41-yard line.
Now that screenplay didn't look like it was set up pretty well, but when the coverage backs off on that side, it gave Duncan, like you said, Tom, plenty of room to rumble, and it picks up another 1st down here for the Lynx. They're moving in the right direction.
Again, they go back to this tight formation. 2 backs in the backfield. Moon calling signals. Back the pass. Caught! That'll be caught by number 43.
Baker, one of the backup tight ends, making his presence felt. And these Lynx, they seem to have it going rather well here. I believe, again, if my memory serves me right, these guys, this franchise was the first ever SFLm champions. And so they know what they need to do. They know the kind of playbook they need to put together in order to get crucial wins here early on in the season.
Moon back the pass. Here comes the rush. Dumps. Oh, boy, that was nearly picked. Number 26. That's Terrence Patterson, 6'1", 196. for Ottawa.
T, as I like to call him, Tom, a very nice play over there in left center field. He just came streaking down from his safety spot and knocked that one away. Excellent play.
Again, we go back to that split back formation with 2 receivers to the bottom. Moon calling signals on 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Again, another dump off. And Duncan makes something out of nothing.
For this first drive here, Tom, it's a long drive. You can see that Duncan is getting maybe a little bit tired. The offensive linemen were slow to get onto the outside, and it took a while for that play to develop. And that's what ultimately ended up to Ottawa Cavalry, charging to the ball carrier, setting up this 3rd down.
And finally, we see the gun here. 3 to the top, 1 at the bottom. Moon calling signals. He dumps it off. There's catch. It'll be a first down to the Ottawa 17. Pick up, nice catch there by Adrian Ellis.
I believe that is Mike Scott, if I have, it's Adrian Ellis. My apologies. You are correct, Tom. Another nice catch. First time we've called his name tonight, and the drive continues. They're checking off that clock as in a hurry. Already over 3 minutes gone here in the football game.
Inside handoff from the tight formation, and he'll pick up 5 on the play. Nice run by Duncan.
Duncan is a back that we're going to see a lot of, both getting looks from the ball carrier spot and out in the passing game we've seen early on in this early drive. 36 yards on through the air last week, 64 on the ground. It looks like they're trying to give him more touches on the ground. We might see another one here in the eye.
Single back to the top, single receiver to the top, inside handoff. And we'll be down to 3rd and 2 at the Ottawa 9.
That's a nice little play there, just a nice little counter play, but it just took a little bit too long to develop for Duncan. He got closed down and taken down by Darren Fields, and it's a very nice set 3rd and short, but it's been a very nice drive. If they can come away with points, that'll be a very good thing to see for this Madison Lynx offense.
3 wide receivers, 1 to the top, 2 to the bottom, single back formation. Moon calling signals. There's the pass over the center, and he just is kept out. 1st and goal from the Ottawa 1.
Dusty Rourke nearly had her touchdown, but it was just denied. And it was a very well executed throw by Moon. Not Dusty Rourke. Excuse me. My apologies.
Here we go, full house formation. Heavy set formation. Inside handoff. Touchdown, Lynx. Duncan
maybe I'll
up
get
the middle.
this. Maybe this time I'll get the player's name right here, Tom. It's Marcus Duncan who gets the call, and Duncan's into the end zone. It's a very good drive. We're gonna see it again. It's a 1st and goal from pretty much the 1-inch yard line, and if that line can get that type of penetration onto the defensive line, we're gonna see this score line for Madison just rocket up to the skies.
And we'll see Baumgartner, isn't it? Who's the kicker?
For Madison, it's Alec Finley. My apologies. New signing in week 4 here, Tom.
Well, let's see how he does. Up through the uprights, and we got a 7-point lead for Ottawa.
We don't often get to talk a whole lot about kickers, Tom, but Finley there in his first kick, a little bit of butterflies, a little bit of nerves. He gets the first one straight through the pipes, and it's 7-0 for Madison.
Well, Finley will now tee it up. As this first quarter is flying by, ball will come down at about the 4-yard line. And we'll have 1st and 10 on the 24. 1st and 10.
Tom, Madison just took off 4 minutes and 53 seconds of game time with that opening drive. That's a tall task to come for Ottawa, trying to capitalize and trying to answer back with a touchdown or a score of their own. One quarterback I know who can make a difference is right there on the field right now. That's Scar Patterson.
Patterson brings them out with a 4-wide set. There's a quick toss over the center. Caught. It'll be 2nd and 1. And it looks like number 10 makes the catch.
Over million, 9-yard gain. That gets their offense moving in the right direction as well on their first play. So both teams, solid opening plays to begin each drive. Can Ottawa turn it into points?
2 receivers to the bottom. Inside handoff. And it's blown up in the backfield by number 53 for the Lynx.
Harry Hounds, the outside linebacker, Tom, came through that A gap and shut down A.J. Conway. Now it brings up 3rd and 3, and it looks like they may have to go to the air as the corners bunch up on the line.
2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Back to pass goes Patterson. And it's picked! Beautiful interception there.
Lane Martin, Tom, with a very nice reading of the quarterback size. It looked like Scar Patterson threw that straight to him, but he broke on the route that Gus Scott was running. That's excellent awareness from the cornerback spot, and he sets his club up in excellent starting field position for drive number 2.
So Madison will get the ball 1st and 10 from the Ottawa 37 with 5:02 remaining in the first quarter. As they go 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom, single back formation. Moon calling signals. Back to pass. He steps up in the pocket. What a grab! How the heck did he catch that? He was just surrounded by people, Tyler.
Triple coverage, Tom. That's an excellent pass from Moon right into the breadbasket of Aiden Ellis. That's absolutely phenomenal. You got 3 pairs of hands in that vicinity of the football. An excellent pass by Xander Moon, and it moves the chains.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Ottawa 23 as they go back to this heavy set again. Back to pass, and they dump it off to Duncan. And he'll pick up 2 on the play. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, it combines traditional sports, esports, role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed on the field in real time by our simulations as real-life players complete on a virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, where we put the fan in fantasy. We go back to that tight formation. Inside handoff to Duncan, and it's blowing up in the backfield.
And that's just the defense, Tom, of reading the play, reading the formation, understanding that on the first drive, that hole was broken up in the middle when they tried to run that ISO up the middle. Not so this time as they were to get in the backfield. Bruce Horn on the tackle.
3rd and 10 from the Ottawa 23, as this time they go 4 wide. Back to pass goes Moon. Caught! What a grab!
Wow. And the salt being thrown at his colleague, Tom.
Charlie Baker. Oh, don't tell me this is going to be called back.
Oh, no, Tom. It's going to be a late hit call on the defense.
Well, this will even push the ball further down.
Let's go back to the catch here, Tom. We're going to get a nice little replay of it. That's giving your heart and soul for your team. They're going to try and get Terrence Pearson on the penalty, but I would have loved to see a better view of that catch because Baker, woo, nice catch.
1st and 10 from the 5, 1st and goal. From the gun, with a fullback and a running back on either side. Dumps it off, and it'll go down to the 1.
Do it again. Did Baker just catch that again? Get out of here. Get out of here, Charlie Baker. He's just making snags left, right, and center. He needs a touchdown.
He's baking some bread, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
So now we go back to this heavy set. Inside handoff to Duncan. He bounces it out. Touchdown, Lynx.
Now, Tom, it's a little bit different from the heavy sets we've seen earlier. Most of the time, it was a straight I form. This time, they went to a strong I set, and that gave the fullback a little bit of, starting field position to get out onto this edge and set the edge. The fullback is James Rambo, and Rambo was just shooting down defenders down the side, and Madison has taken an early 13, maybe 14-point lead if Finley can hit this one.
So Finley will come to get a second extra point. Mitchell gets the ball down, and Finley puts it to the uprights. 14-0 Ottawa.
Who drives 2 touchdowns, Tom. These Lynx look like they want to go back to the championship and get their second title. It's a fantastic start of matters here for the Lynx. They got 2 touchdowns and interception. At the moment, nothing can go wrong for this club. Let's see if Ottawa can turn things around.
Ball's off the tee. It'll come down at about the 7-yard line. Spin move. And it'll be 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line.
Paul Carter with a very nice return. Just completely spun that defender into infinity and beyond. And now, first drive of the game for Scar Patterson, one to forget. Maybe it's this hostile Madison crowd that's gotten to him. He needs to get back to the consistent play we all have seen from him in his career.
So we go to the offset eye with 2 to the top. And he tries to hit him on the on the one pattern there. His fullback, number 44, Privado.
That's something, again, Patterson was looking in the right direction. He probably didn't see Joseph Mann come down from his linebacking spot to come knock that away. But it's a tight contest. He's trying to make the throws in a tight coverage. They need to find a play that'll get him a nice, easy pitch and catch to get his confidence back.
So Patterson goes with the split back formation. Inside handoff to Conway. And he'll pick up 4 on the play.
He got caught up behind the line of scrimmage for a half a second, and that's all it took for the defender to come around. But he did pick up 4 yards, which makes this third down a little bit easier. And one thing we won't see is possibly A.J. Conway on the field. They come out of the gun.
3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Back to pass. And it's, nearly picked again.
Oh, it looked like, Tom, they had 10 defenders within the first 5 yards. They were trying to stop anything short and force Ottawa to go deep over the top. And Ottawa played that one perfectly. It was the right play call for the amount of yards. The defense just outsmarted them on that play.
So that'll be Loft coming in for the punt. He sets up on about his 17-yard line. Here comes the pressure. Nearly blocked. It'll come down at the 31, and we get nearly 0 return. He'll get a 3-yarder on that. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34.
Only the third drive in what had been a quick-moving first quarter, what has been completely dominated by the Madison Lynx. Are they going to make it 3 for 3 and put points on the board? Or are we going to see the defense of Ottawa step up and contain these Lynx? 'Cause right now they're running roughshod.
We go with an offset eye here. Moon calling signals. He goes back to pass. Oh, he scrambles out of the pocket, gets a yard on the play.
That's good awareness from Moon. He figured out that there was nothing down the field. He decided to take a chance with his legs. He did get tripped up from behind with an ankle tackle by Mitch Trunk. And maybe you want to root from Mitch Trunk's that being his arm. Snagged him down for only a pickup of 1, but good awareness from Moon.
2 receivers to the bottom. Moon back to pass. He'll dump it off to Duncan. And zilch, 0. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was the right decision from Moon again, except maybe a little bit too far in the pass. Sent his back spiraling out of control right into the line of scrimmage, right at the 35, and ultimately that play goes for naught. Now they are out in the gun.
3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Moon back to pass, over the center, caught! And they're down to the 45 of Ottawa. Beautiful catch by Scotty Fowle, the tight end, 6'2", 228.
Madison has yet to not convert on a third down, and Xander Moon's completion to attempt numbers say it all. 11 of 12, and a very nice pass to pass to the tight end. And it's Scott Fowle, the recipient, and Madison continues to drive.
Tight formation here. Inside handoff, and Ottawa stands up. It'll be 2nd and 10.
I think we're going to see less and less of that play call as this game goes along, because Ottawa was fooled once on the ISO in the goal line set. They weren't fooled that time, and they sent him back to the line.
Again, to go back to that same set, I formation. Ottawa looks like they're stacking the box. Back to pass. Caught over the center. Again, that's Scott Fowle again.
Good pick of evade, dude.
And that's the end of the first quarter with a score of 14-0. Madison, you're watching the Simulation Minor League on YouTube. Are you new SFL fan? Visit the SFL website for information on how to create a player and join the community. Check out League Leaders. We've got stats from all 17 seasons. Track game, season, career numbers. All the players' time. Who's gone from the couch to the field? The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. Nice play there as they switch sides.
An excellent play from Ottawa, Tom. You're right. And I believe that's Pearson. No, scratch that. That is going to be Mike Carroll come down from his corner spot right there on the edge. They played the hard outside zones, and it sets up a 4th down. So that's the first time tonight that Madison was unable to convert on 3rd down.
So the punt is sent off by Ellis. And we'll have 1st and 10 from the Ottawa 14. Let's see if Ottawa can get something going, Tyler.
Now, it all starts with Scar Patterson, but maybe another crucial thing to get going is the running game and A.J. Conway. I've seen a lot of runs up the middle, and they need maybe to bounce to the outside, catch this defense off guard, and give these Lynx defenders something else to look for.
So, again, they go with this pass-heavy formation, single back in the backfield, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Patterson back to pass. Oh! Scott should have had that.
That's just unfortunate for Gus Scott. He'll get another chance to redeem himself, but to start off a drive, it's not something you look for, and he'll be wanting that one back, and he'll have another chance here later in the ball game.
So again, they go to this same formation, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Conway in the backfield. Back to pass, and he goes down. Sack. Number 46.
Number 90 this time around here, Tom. Justin Marlin gets sack number 1 of the day for these Lynx, and it just compounds matters here for Ottawa. Now, instead of maybe setting up with a shorter field distance, now they got 3rd and 12 from their own 12.
So they go 4 wide. Back to pass. And incomplete. Intended for number 10. And Yale knocks it down.
Looking for Coral Vermillion over the middle on the slant pattern, which would have been short of the line to gain regardless, but that's not doing wonders for Scar Patterson's confidence. 2 drop balls by his receivers on the last couple of plays. They need to work something out on the sideline and get back in this football game.
And Loft's going to have to punt from his end zone here, Tyler. So Madison's going to have great field position here. And they'll start on the Ottawa 46.
Excellent field position is right, and you're punting from your own end zone. That's all you're looking forward to. I think the wind was with them too, so it gave them a little bit extra, because sometimes with these punters, you see them get back to their end zone and the opposing team starting from their own 30. So it was a good punt, gives their defense a little bit more room to breathe, but not much.
So again, we go back to this heavy look. Moon. Caught. Number 82. That's foul. That's foul again.
Madison's not trying to do too much here, Tom. They got Moon looking for the open receiver, trying to find, the easy way down the field. It's worked so far, and they continue to push matters here.
Inside handoff to Duncan. And he'll get a few on the play. We're down to the Ottawa 40.
Ottawa's starting to creep up a little bit. Glenn O'Rourke is starting to make his presence felt and get up the middle and try and make an impact and try and help out his defense. They were able to stop him on last drive on a third down. Can they do the same and keep him out of field goal range?
So now we go to a bunch formation down the bottom with Moon under center. He dumps it off. That'll be a first down on the play and plenty more. They're down to the Ottawa 25. Again, back to foul.
And that right there is just the cover, just backing off into the zone, maybe being lulled to sleep by the short plays, and it leads to foul, getting the nice reception. They got away from Juan Mississippi, the week 3 signing, only in his second game, and that's how they got fouled to get into the game and pick up the first down.
5 catches for him. Hasn't dropped a single ball. Offset eye, bounces it outside, and Ottawa's there. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Making good headway on the runs now. They're trying to slow up the run, trying to slow this Madison attack, and that time it worked out rather well, stopping him from no gain. Good tackle there from number 24, Grant Candler.
Again, they go to the offset eye. Moon calling signals. Inside handoff. And it'll be 3rd and 7 from the Ottawa 23.
I think an earlier statement here, Tom, about Madison trying to get Duncan a few more touches on the ground has been well heard, and that's what they're trying to do. But Ottawa's defense has really reacted to the run. Now can they stop him here on what looks to be a passing situation?
4 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Moon back to pass, caught over the center. And the receiver makes an effort. That's number 83.
You don't see try again here, Tom. Curtis Walker with the second effort after being hit once. He gets hit from behind by another defender, and that gives him just enough momentum to get the first down. It's all turning up links here in the midway part here of the second quarter.
And they can still get another first, Tyler, as they go 2 to the top with the split backs. Back to pass. Dumps it off to Duncan. And Duncan will get down to the 10. It'll be 2nd and 5. Get ready. The 17th SFL Championship game will be broadcast live on Next Level Sports and for the fans on Saturday, November 6th at 2:30 p.m. Join Cameron Irvine, Mike St. Green, Josh Zirkle, Tyler Fox, Chris Curtis, Eric Vincent, and the rest of the broadcast crew for this momentous occasion. Find Next Level Sport on your devices and visit nextlevel.com to find those channels. Visit Next Level so you don't miss the action. So now it'll be 3rd and 2 from the Ottawa 6. And Ottawa plays that very, very well, Tyler.
On second down, they got enough traction up through the middle. That time, Ottawa's ready for him. They stop him short of the line to gain, setting up a field goal opportunity. And for the first time, we'll see Alec Finley, instead of trying to attempt a extra point, which is in this roughly the same distance, it's going to be a little bit longer for his first field goal attempt of his career.
And Michael is holding the backup quarterback. He gets it down, and it goes through. And we've got a 17-point lead, Tyler.
That's number 1 done for Alec Finley as he puts his club up 17-0, and the Madison Lynx maybe have stalled out a little bit with only coming up with a field goal. Is that maybe a little bit of extra momentum for Ottawa to try and get back in this game down by 17?
So here we go. And there's the kick. That's Carter with the return. He gets it down to the 32.
Now will we see Patterson make something happen, or are we going to see Conway make something happen? Will Gus Scott redeem himself? Will we see maybe a tight end sighting with Dusty Rourke getting into the action? A lot of things can happen here. It's still in the ball game. Plenty of time for Ottawa to regain momentum and get back in this football game.
Back to pass goes Patterson. And it's knocked down. Beautiful play by number 29. That's Clay Martin.
He had to come from about 10 yards upfield to come and swat that football away. He saw Patterson looking for Scott on the out route, and it was nothing doing. Excellent defensive coverage, and it's just really solid fundamental football. That's what we like to see here in the minor league. Can these players play fundamentally sound football? And Madison looks like they're doing it in spades at the moment.
And that's what the pros are looking for, those fundamentals, Tyler. As Patterson goes under center. Calling signals. Back to pass. Dumps it off. And it's blowing up. And looks like they're going to go on the quick count here. 3rd and 11. Back to pass goes Patterson, and he sacks. Oh, what a huge loss.
Madison sent the blitz, 6 men on the blitz, and that's Joseph Med who eventually gets to him. It's a huge loss down at their own 22, and Ottawa is forced to punt yet again.
So Loftegane will punt this time a little better than the last time. He's up at a 6. Ball will be caught on about the 38. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Madison 44-yard line.
Their field goal in their last outing that ended up going all the way down to Ottawa's 7. Will they be able to get the same momentum that they had last time out? And if anything's to go by their previous drives, this team's on the march again to get points.
So Madison's going from the gun here. Single back in the backfield with Moon. Back to pass. And he slings it. Incomplete.
Finally, Ottawa's able to get another notch in the column as far as deflections go. This time, it's Andrew Hubbard who comes up with the deflection. And that ball was batted about 5 yards to the right after the first deflection. And it could have been picked up, but Ottawa holding firm here on 1st down. Where they haven't been as strong here, Tom, is 2nd down.
So as a volleyball game breaks out in the middle of this football game, 2 to the top. Back to pass goes Moon. Slings it over the center. Beautiful play by number 22 for Ottawa as he breaks that play up.
Josh Neal, an excellent deflection. That's 2 straight times that Madison's gone to the well here in the drive. They're up by 17. You know, I would say you've got plenty of time. Take some time and maybe run the football. But then again, lately they have been stuffed trying to get A.J. Conway involved with the ground. And indeed, he's on the sideline here for this play.
And they go 4 wide. Moon back to pass. He gets out. He gets the rush, and he steps up in the pocket. Incomplete. Mississippi got in there and broke it up.
3 pass plays, 3 deflections, and a very nice 3 and out for Ottawa. In fact, the first time we said that all football game, and that right there might just be the catalyst to get back in this football game for real this time.
So Ellis will take the ball and punt from his own 27. No rush. Ottawa setting up for the return. Caught at about the 22, and he gets to the 25.
After the quick three, and now that has to give their offense a little bit of an impetus, right, Tom?
Absolutely. Are you surprised that Ottawa's off to this slow start?
I'm not too terribly surprised. Again, with the Lexington game about 2 weeks ago, they were down 24-0, and they came back to win that football game. So anything's possible with this club.
So they go offset eye, inside handoff, and the Lynx swallow that up. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Definition of a gang tackle there, Tom. You see the fire in their eyes. They come streaking from the defensive backfield. They all get to the bow carrier. They're in a pack. This Lynx pack is really, really tough and really fun to watch, especially on those run plays. Ottawa needs to maybe try and call an outside run to get them maybe out of their comfort zone.
So they go 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Inside handoff. And they get a nice gain of 3 there. It'll be 3rd and 7 from their 22.
Good pickup on 2nd down. Now 3rd and 7. 3rd down has not been kind to the Cavalry so far today. Can their fortunes change here? Can they reward their defense and maybe give their defense some time to rest with a nice 3rd down conversion here?
4 wide. Back to Plasko's Patterson over the center. And it's picked! Going back the other way. That's number 29 for the Lynx.
Clay Martin again makes a stellar play. If I'm not mistaken, that's number 2 on the day for Clay Martin. And he breaks on the route set by Gus Scott. He high points the ball and takes it away. And Madison again is set up in excellent field position. The 2nd takeaway, and the 2nd time they're in this spot.
So 1st and 10 from the Ottawa 37 for Madison. As again, they go back to the heavy set with a single receiver to the bottom. Moon calling signals. Inside handoff, bounces it out. He'll pick up 2 on the play as we get closer and closer to the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter.
Declan O'Rourke just laid the wood onto Marcus Duncan, turned him and sat him down after only a 2-yard gain. Need to see a little bit more toughness again here on this next play to try and hold him out of field goal range.
Offset eye. Nice run by Duncan. He'll get down to the 29. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Josh Neal with a very nice wrap-up tackle. Didn't try to do too much. He didn't try and lay the wood. He just stopped Duncan in his tracks and saved not only a touchdown, but a 1st down.
And we go to the 2-minute warning with 17-0 lead for Madison over Ottawa. You're watching the Simulation Minor League on YouTube. Third and 2 from the Ottawa 29 as they go full house. This is the first time I think you've seen this, Tyler. Ottawa's crowding the line. Inside, fakes the inside handoff, and it's picked! What a play by number 26 for Ottawa. That's Terrence Pearson.
They tried to catch him off guard with the play action. The playbook was wide open, but it's Carroll who comes up with Mike Carroll. Or excuse me, it is Peterson. I thought 26s and 28s, man. I get my numbers mixed up sometimes. And only just passed a math test last week. Ay. Pearson. T with the interception.
So let's see if Ottawa can capitalize with about 156 left in the half. Let's see if they can get rid of that goose egg. Inside handoff. And we'll pick up 2 on the play. But the clock is running, Tyler. They got to put the ball in the air.
Well, they're probably going to look and take as much time off the clock and use this entire 2 minutes. So a run, and to say that it's only a 2-yard run, for some would be like, Yeah, what's a 2-yard run to you? That's their best run on first down in a long time. So that gets this drive moving in the right direction.
So now we go no running backs. Back to pass. Goes Patterson. He lets the ball go deep. And a beautiful break on the pass again by Martin again. Martin is just all over the field, Power.
Martin wants his hat trick here in the first half here, Tom, and that's the same exact play that he picked off in the last drive. I think that play needs to be rethunk in the locker room.
So they'll go 3rd and 8 from the Ottawa 29. Calling signals. Patterson back to pass. And it's picked! This time the linebacker gets it.
Daniel Diggs, the linebacker, making a play, and that's number 3 on the day for Scar Patterson. It looks like right now Xander Moon is the more veteran of the two, and it has a couple more seasons in the league, but this defense is no joke. Credit to the coaching staff in Madison as well for putting on an absolute fantastic performance here on their home soil.
And it looks like they're going to throw it. 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Single back formation. Back to pass goes Moon. He dumps it off to Duncan. Duncan makes a move. And they're going no huddle. It'll be it's 2nd and 3 from the Ottawa 23. They're not wasting any time getting back to the line. Moon calling signals. Back to pass. Caught over the center. And again, they keep up with a no huddle. 1st and 10 from the 18. Moon calling signals as the clock continues to tick. Again, a dump off. And we get a timeout. Now I can catch my breath, Tyler.
And I think Duncan can catch his breath too. He looked tired on that final play, but there's something to be said here, Tom, about those 3 plays. Those are 3 quick plays: a screen, a slant pattern over the middle, and a dump off to the halfback. Again, you're in short field position here with only 14 yards to pay dirt, but now maybe they might look for a deep corner route into the near side of the end zone.
Moon back to pass. Plenty of time. That's a go! Touchdown, Lynx! That's Adrian Ellis on the grab.
I'll be here all week, folks. It's a corner route to Adrian Ellis in the near side of the end zone. Touchdown, Madison. And the Lynx, led by Xander Moon, almost looks like Warren Moon out there on the football field. Just an absolutely stellar performance from the Lynx. Their lead here at home is a 23, maybe 24 if it goes through the uprights for Finley. He's been perfect on the day as well.
So again, we'll wait for McNeil to get the snap. Hold down. And the ball's to the upright. It's now 24-0 for Madison.
I want to thank Charles Doherty, Krim, and Tyler sound like a protest folk group from the 60s. Well, I mean, we're kind of like neighbors, aren't we, Tom? You're from north the border. I'm right there south the border.
Oh, absolutely.
We gotta, and you went to college in Iowa. So I mean, we're just sticking around the north, and but I had to head next door to our Cheesehead brothers in Wisconsin.
So here we go. Ball down. Nice return. 32 seconds left. Let's see if Ottawa can do anything with these 32 seconds as Carter makes a nice return.
I think with 32 seconds here and down by 24, I think you just need to play it safe, get into the locker room, regroup, and come out in the second half, because that's what helped Ottawa out when they played Lexington a few weeks ago. Will they be able to do the same thing here? Maybe if they try and go deep, it's going to have to be on a nice quick play. Looks like they're just going to try and run up the clock with, they're even going to go no huddle here after a nice run at 5.
And again, they go no huddle. Another inside handoff as the clock continues to tick.
A little concerned here, Tom. They call one more play. Madison calls a timeout, and they might get the ball back.
Inside play, and they stop them. 5, 4, and Ottawa calls timeout.
like Ottawa calls a timeout. That's a very interesting call from Frank Morales. You give the punt away to the return man who's already made a man miss on a kick return. Now you're going to try and give it back to him and see what he can do. That's a very interesting choice. But we'll see one final play. It'll be this punt. Pardon me. He got the first down. I didn't think he got the first down. See me maybe not looking at what happened the previous play. First down, Madison, or excuse me, Ottawa, but it doesn't look like they're going to go for a pass here. Looks like they might just running out the clock again.
Then why call the timeout, Tyler? Back to pass.
Play call.
They just quickly dump it off, runs out of the end zone, the clock runs out. So as we come to the half, it's 24-0 Madison.
And Tom, the score line says it all. It's been a complete game for Madison and a game to forget early on here for the visiting Cavalry. And they've gotten everybody involved. Xander Moon has played phenomenally today. A very nice completion percentage. He's got 170 yards passing. They've been perfect in the red zone. They've had time of possession. Just look at that. Over 10 minutes more time of possession compared to Ottawa. That right there could probably just tell the entire story. These Lynx have kept control of the football, kind of like a team we'll see tomorrow with Florida and Baltimore, both really solid teams, but Florida being the consistency team. Madison looks like the Florida of the SFLm, and it shows. Their defense is playing lights out. They've got 2 picks by Clay Martin, 1 from Nathaniel Diggs, a couple of touchdowns from Adrian Ellis. Scott Fowles got involved. Charlie Baker's got involved with a couple of spectacular grabs. I hope for his sake he gets a touchdown because he's had a very solid day. But what can the Cavalry do? There's been so much hype for Scar Patterson over the past couple of weeks. Mike Twinscrew gave his rankings out, and he said that Scar Patterson's the #1 quarterback in those rankings. He should be going off the board first. He isn't playing like that. Ottawa needs him to be consistent, needs him to play effective, and he just needs to find his composure when he comes out of the locker room. And he needs guys like Gus Scott and Chavius Callaway to get him comfortable. They need to bring in the catches when they come their way. They weren't able to do it effectively last time out, and instead it forced Patterson to make those deep throws, which led to those 3 turnovers. They need to come out with a renewed confidence and a renewed game plan when they come out of the locker room.
And Madison has scored every time they've gotten the ball close. They're 100% in their scoring.
They're 100% in the red zone when they get in there, Tom. But outside, we saw it right there at the end of the half. Boone was picked off on the near side after trying to go play action out of that weak power eye. So it just shows that Ottawa has the capability to slow down Madison, but can their offense help out? We saw a late charge for them in week 2 in their opening contest against Lexington. They're going to need the same kind of fight, the same kind of drive, the same kind of energy in order to get back in this football game. Because right now they're in the same exact hole they were 2 weeks ago, down by 24.
So as we get ready for the second half, what do you expect, Tyler?
I expect Ottawa to come out and play no holds barred and try and march down the football field with aggression and passion in order to get back in this football game. That's the only way I see them coming back in this football game. For Madison, it's smooth sailing. Don't try and change too much coming out of the locker room. Just keep doing what you're doing.
So the ball's kicked off. Comes down at about the 5. Decent return on the play. We're up to the 26-yard line. Listen up, SFLmers. The SFLm is off next week, but returns to action on Saturday, November 20th at 7 Eastern. You can watch every single game on the SFL YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for updates. Inside handoff. Goes nowhere. Help the league get to 5,000 subscribers during the 4th season. The Simulation Minor League, where dreams begin. Let's go. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the Ottawa 25. Patterson under center. Back to pass goes Patterson. Plenty of time. And he undercuts his man. That was intended for Scott.
Look who it is. Clay Martin playing nice man coverage again on Gus Scott. Gus Scott has been locked down today because of Clay Martin. It hasn't been smooth sailing for Ottawa. They need to find a way to get Scott away from Martin. That way he's able to come up with a catch.
We go 5 wide here, Tyler. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Cut! Look out! Look out! Ottawa finally gets one. Touchdown, Cavalry!
Well,
Callaway on the grab.
Hello, Callaway. That's a very nice catch. He caught the safety sleeping as he tried to make the grab. That's number 23, Enzo Bolt, who tried to replicate Giovanni Bolt. He just misguided the pass, and there goes Callaway all the way to the house. And what did I tell you, Tom? They had to come out and play with passion. And on play 3, it's a long march to the end zone, and the Cavalry are on the board.
Nice to break that goose egg for Ottawa. So now we'll get the extra point here. As we wait for the snap. Snap down. And through the uprights. And Ottawa cuts into the lead.
Well, there will be no shutout tonight here in Madison. Ottawa is able to come out of the gate strong. 3 plays and a long touchdown here to put them on the board. You know, I'd almost go like the Detroit Lions 2 weeks ago and maybe kick an onside kick to try and get things going.
Yeah, Rams weren't having that. Here we go. Comes down. Madison gets the ball. And they're up to the 34-yard line. Nice return. Visit the SFL website at Simulationfl for links to apparel from Sector 6, the apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features team replica jerseys, complete jackets, flags, t-shirts. Get the gear the fans wear from Sector 6 and 97 Sports Promotions and the SFL. Back to pass over the center. And that's nearly picked and drops harmlessly to the ground.
That was tipped 4 times, Tom, and Josh Neal got his hand on it twice during that little volleyball scrimmage we had here on a football field, to use your words against you. But Ottawa, very nice defensive coverage on first down. Can they do it 2 more times? Last time Madison threw 3 plays in a row, it was a 3-and-out.
So here we go, back from the gun, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Moon calling signals, back to pass, dumps the screen, caught over the center. That's Ellis on the catch. It'll be 1st and 10.
I'm not so sure that's a first down there, Tom. I think Ellis stepped out of bounds about 5 yards short of the line of scrimmage. I'd be almost inclined, if I was Ottawa, to throw the challenge flag there.
Well, let's see if we see referee 62. I don't think we're going to see him, Tyler.
This time it looks like they're going to keep the challenge flag in their pocket. And, well, we'll just say he tiptoed the sideline and called a good first down.
So here we go. Inside handoff to Duncan. He'll get a solid 5 on the play. They're down to the 49.
O'Rourke with a nice little tackle there to slow up Duncan, and it's a good 5-yard gain. They were early on, or late on, I should say, in the first half, able to slow up Duncan. But now, as fatigue sets in a little bit, that running game might just be even more potent here for the Lions.
And it looks like now they're just going to pound the ball. They go gun. Oh, no, back to pass. Pressure coming, caught over the center.
That's just a pretty pass there, Tom, to Hilton over the middle into double coverage. Ottawa sent the blitz. It was nothing doing. The protection around Xander Moon was just enough to hold him upright in the pocket. Sets up 3rd and inches.
And they go to the goal line formation. They go to the full house formation, and Ottawa sniffs that out and it'll be 4th and 1. Looks like we're going to see a punt.
That's the danger of running those type of heavy sets. When you go heavy to one side, that tips the defense off that you might be running to that side. That play is hit or miss most times around with a speedster running back. But that time, it goes backwards in Ottawa's favor. Now can they maintain their discipline and stay on side?
And they snap it on 4th and 1, and they get it. 1st and 10.
Madison's playing with house money, Tom. That's an excellent play call. Catch Ottawa off guard when you're up by 17 points. That's just confidence right there for the Lynx.
So again, we go from the gun. Backs to either side of Moon. He goes back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Picked up nicely. Caught. And that's caught by Baker.
This has me very interested in both Moon and Baker. That's another tight window that he's able to thread it through into Baker. That's another clutch catch from Baker. These two have excellent chemistry.
So now they go back to that full house formation. Moon calling signals, single receiver to the bottom, inside handoff. And Moon dusts a tackler and gets the first.
Continuing to march down the field with this Zen-like consistency. Just moving the football down the field and keeping Ottawa's defense on the field, continuing to tire them out.
Back to pass. There's a slant. Caught by Baker. And he picks up 9 on the play.
Excellent play call, and that's the toughness out of Baker. I'm liking this kid more and more as we see him here continue to just develop in front of our eyes here in the SFLm. That's exactly what you want. A tough receiver, not afraid to, take those hits. Almost like Adam Thielen in a way.
So here we go. Inside handoff. And Ottawa gets there nicely. And they won't get it. It'll be 3rd and 1. Now, do they go again?
I don't think
they
so.
Don't get this.
I think you put it on the leg this time and get Finley out there and back home the field goal. But I might be mistaken here, Tom. They're going maybe for 2 for 2 on 4th down.
So 3rd and 1. Back to pass. There's the out, and it's caught. It'll be a 1st and 10. So we're down to the Ottawa 18. And again, that's Ellis on the catch.
Another 3rd down conversion here for Madison. They move the chains again, and again they're in the red zone. And to remind everyone who missed halftime, this team here in the red zone here tonight is 100%. They have scored every time they have marched down in the red zone. Can they put this game possibly out of reach for Ottawa with a touchdown here?
Back to pass goes Moon. Here comes the pressure up the center. He dumps it off. And Ottawa, nice pursuit there.
Absolutely depleted. Juan, Mississippi, haven't called his name too often here today. The week 3 signing makes his presence felt and reintroduces himself to Duncan.
So go to a heavy set with an offset eye. Moon calling signals as Ottawa's threatening. Here comes the pressure from the outside, and Ottawa blows it up. Beautiful play there by Fields.
Continue to send the pressure. They don't want to give up points here in the red zone. They don't want Madison to tack on anymore. They don't want this lead to balloon. They need a big stop in the worst way here at their 20.
Well, 3rd and 12. And we got 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom from the gun. Moon calling signals. Pressure from the outside, lets it go deep, and it's all dropped. Walker had it and just couldn't squeeze it.
Oh, man, he was behind the defense, but the hit jarred the ball free as he had it on his fingertips. That's excellent defense, knowing when to take down your opponent and not cause a flag to fly and it sets up a field goal opportunity here for Findlay. That's probably the best situation you could have asked for if you're the Cavalry.
So Findlay waiting for the snap. And they extend their lead, 27-7 over Ottawa.
Findlay remains perfect here in his first football game here for the Lynx and here in the SFL. Nice little kick, and that extends the lead back out to 21, or excuse me, backed out to 20. My apologies. For Madison, it puts more points on the board. They will not be Lexington. If we can use maybe a term here from 2 weeks ago, they will not go on. They will not allow Ottawa to go on a 27-point run and let them back in this football game yet. Though midway through the third quarter, anything is still possible here for Ottawa. They need their offense to come out and again set the tempo. Only 3 plays on their first drive here in the second half here, Tom, and it was a nice pass for Callaway. Can they maybe replicate that here on this next drive?
So what do you think Patterson is saying in the huddle here?
Let's just come out and do the same thing we did last drive. Let's get more points on the board any way we can.
So Patterson under center, 2 to the top, single back formation, 1 to the bottom, inside handoff. He gets a good gain there, 8 yards. Nice play by Conway.
If Conway doesn't stutter step there, Tom, he's got the first down and maybe a little extra before he's touched. And I think he was just trying to make something happen, trying to do the spectacular, but that time all for naught. But he did pick up 8 yards. Good opening run. Best run of the day for Conway.
So Conway's a single back here. Patterson calls signals. Back to pass goes Patterson. Puts it dribble center. Caught. That's 42. Rorick, the tight end. That's his first catch.
Her first catch there, Tom. Justy Rourke makes her presence felt over the middle, and that's something into the tight window for Scar Patterson. It's a nice, easy throw, gets his confidence levels back up, and for Rourke, it gets a little bit more chemistry built up between quarterback and receiver.
Well, my apologies to Miss Rorick. Congratulations on the catch. 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. As Patterson calls signals. Back to pass, pressure from the outside, dumped. Caught. 2nd and 4 from the 48-yard line. And again, Miss Rorick makes another grab. Right. 3:10 remaining in the third quarter. This time, 2 backs in the backfield. Patterson calling signals, inside handoff. Will have a first down on the play, down to the 46-yard line. Nice run by Conway.
Another solid run. Now the run game starts to tick for the Cavalry. Not only 10 yards shy of his counterpart over in Madison goes Conway. That's something you like to see. That opens up the playbook a little bit more for the Cavalry. Not having to rely solely on the passing game as we approach the final stages.
Back to pass. Caught! What a grab! That's Scott on the catch.
And for Scott, Tom, he's got to be saying, finally I get away from Clay Martin. Finally I get a catch when he's covering me. He's able to do just enough to break off the coverage and haul in the reception for only his 2nd reception of the ball game.
And this is a nice drive by Ottawa. 1st and 10. 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Back to pass. There's the out. They'll pick up 4 on the play.
Patterson hit as he threw. That's tremendous toughness. Trying to find Vermillion on the right side. Gets 4 yards for his troubles. Very nice toughness from Patterson, something we've seen all too often throughout his career.
2nd and 6 from the Madison 23 as the clock continues to tick down to 1:55. Patterson calling signals. Back to pass. Caught. Nice play by Scott there as he runs the out.
Play the soft zone, Tom, and Scott burns him for the first down. It's an excellent drive from Ottawa. They're their most comprehensive drive of the football game. Can they tack on 7 more points and continue to crawl back in this football game? Another trip to the red zone, or I should say their first trip to the red zone.
Here we go, calling signals. Back to pass. Dumps it off. Oh, what a smash! Woo-hoo-hoo! Pearson just laid him out.
That is just a thunderous hit on the running back from Pearson. T with an incredible hit, trying to make a stand here.
4 wide as they come to the line of scrimmage. Clock continues to tick down to 52 seconds in the third. Inside handoff. And he'll pick up 4 on the play. Get up, get up. Get back to the huddle.
Little pickup there, I think of 3 or 4 yards. Third down, big third down for Ottawa. They need points. They need a touchdown specifically. Under 30 seconds here in the third quarter. A nice way to cap it off would be a touchdown as the corners come up to the line.
And they're going 5 wide here. Patterson calling signals. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Whoa! So close. Incomplete.
He dove for it. He gave it his all, unable to haul it in, and it looks like Ottawa is just going to settle for a field goal and tack on some much-needed 3 points. They would have liked to come out with a touchdown, but points nonetheless are what you need, especially down by 20.
So that'll be Murphy for Ottawa, about to make the kick. As the lead falls to 17. Still a big mountain to climb for Ottawa, but they're still in it.
Still in it, in with a chance. You're saying there's a chance there, Tom? And let's see what happens. Now it's up their defense. They need to stop Madison. They cannot give up a long drive like they did last time out. They need to hold them to maybe another 3 or even a 6th play and out to try and contain these Lynx.
Ball will come down at about the 11. Solid return up to the 31-yard line with 8 seconds remaining in the third. As they break the huddle, Moon hasn't been a heavy set. Ottawa stacking the block. And Duncan makes them pay for that stack, Tyler. As we finish the quarter, 27-10 in favor of the Madison Lynx. Two receivers at the top. Moon calling signals. Ottawa looks threatening the blitz. Dumps it off. Nice. Behind the catch. That ball was a little behind, Tyler.
A little behind. That forced Duncan to wheel his way out of the end zone. Maybe a loss of 1 on the reception there for the halfback. And now, 3rd and 5. It's still manageable. Still anything can go here in your playbook. The run game has come alive here in the second half. Maybe they can go for a run. I might even go for a run here in a shotgun formation. We'll see what happens as the corners punch up on the line.
Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Steps up. He's on the run, and he just throws it out of bounds.
That's the mark of a good quarterback. He knows he's getting chased from behind. He doesn't want to take a sack. He just throws it out and just calls the play dead. Live to fight another day. Live to fight another drive in this case. And they'll send out the punting unit.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life. Inspiring every production with world's robust and constant refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore the library and to find the perfect tracks, visit apmmusic.com. As the ball comes down, And we'll see 1st and 10 Ottawa from the 31-yard line.
Now, every drive is important here for Ottawa, Tom. They're down by 17. They were able to get Madison off the field. Now can the offense continue to push the momentum, continue to push their advantage they currently have with momentum down the field and into the end zone again?
As they go with a slight offset eye, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Patterson back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Up the center, going long. Oh! Scott tried to reach that ball, just falls to the ground incomplete.
Daniel Tiggs looking for pick number 2, trying to add to the tally of interceptions that the Madison Lynx racked up in the first quarter. No dice this time around, and instead of it being Nathaniel Diggs, it's going to be Kenny Miller. The free safety comes up with the first deflection. Diggs does get his hands on it the second time around, but it ultimately falls to the turf. Not the kind of play you want to see from Scar Patterson if you throw it into triple coverage.
With 10:27 remaining in the quarter, 2nd and 10 from the Ottawa 31. Patterson under center, back to pass, dumps it off. He'll pick up 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Take a look at the numbers between the two quarterbacks you see on your screen. Patterson just hasn't had the kind of day he would have wanted to, and here on the road, lost a turn. Get around here in the last frame of action. 5 wide, couple bunch to the near side.
Calling signals, back to pass. And there's the out. He'll get the first on the play. Nice catch there by Callaway.
It's a good first down. It gets him out of bounds, which stops the clock. It's an excellent play from Ottawa, moves the chains, and it keeps their offense on the field. Cannot afford to give the ball away here. Patterson needs to make another solid throw, another well-conceived pass to an open receiver again, like he threw to Callaway, to continue this drive.
3 wide. Patterson back to pass. Here comes the pressure from the outside. Look out! Quarterback down! What a play!
Charles Verne comes up from his tackle spot. He outworks that offensive line and gets to the quarterback with a heavy hit.
So now we go to the 4 wide, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom, back to pass, and it's picked! Adrian Blaine gets in on the pick party. 6'3", 25.
Number 27, yes, number 4 on the day for Scar Patterson. He's going to want to forget this game in a hurry, and for Madison, it just goes to show their defense is legit. They've come out of the gates firing after waiting a week while the rest of the team played in week 1, and today is their statement day here early on in the season.
Offset eye. Ottawa's stacking the box. Goes to the run to the outside. Look out! O'Rourke makes the tackle here.
A statement day with a statement run. He almost got away from Sergeant Declan O'Rourke. Now, no dice there. A good solid tackle to slow up Duncan. Another run here.
Outside. Down to 8:40. 2nd and 8 from the Ottawa 35. So, Tyler, do they keep the ball on the ground here and just try to run the clock?
I think that's a very solid plan, and it's worked out so far here in early drive. Haven't seen him throw the ball yet, and I expect it to stay that way here on 2nd down.
Back to pass. There's the screen. Just a quick dump. He'll pick up 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7. That's almost as good as a run.
Almost as good as a run. Gets the back involved from out of the backfield again. Short pickup. Sets up 3rd down. And you can see there's no hurry to get back to the line. Even though when they're in the gun, they're just taking their time and keeping everybody conditioned.
3 to the bottom, 1 to the top as they go from the gun. Moon back to pass, runs the out. That'll be caught by Baker. And it'll be 4th and 3 from the Ottawa 30.
A solid catch from Baker. We've seen him just haul everything that's come his way. The defenders haven't been able to lock in on Baker, and he's made him pay a couple times. Unfortunately for Baker, it's short of the first down, but it gives Finley a chance for his longest field goal so far of his career.
So Finley hits the ball solid, and it's good.
Solid kick from Finley. 47 yards from the left hash, up and through, and Madison gets that lead back out to 20. And it's a solid commanding lead.
Down to 7:23 remaining in the game. Madison kicks off. Down at about the 7-yard line. Nice spin move. And Carter will get the ball up to the Ottawa 28 with 7:17 remaining in the fourth quarter.
I like the faith that Nighthawks 24 has here in chat. The game's not over until 000s hit, and I couldn't agree more. This Ottawa team has come back from, worse deficits. Anything can happen here in the SFL. They need a strong play here on first down to set up everything to come forward here on this drive.
Patterson back to pass. He gets a nice pass off. It'll be a complete, nice 6-yard gain on the play. That's Callaway on the catch.
Solid gain of 6. Open receiver. Nice throw from Patterson. Gets him moving in the right direction. It continues to build confidence. If he can continue to find Callaway and Scott on those short receptions, that's a recipe for success here in the league.
So Patterson will go from the gun, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom, calling signals. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure on the outside. Going long. Picked. And they're a bunch of thieves in that Lynx secondary.
I tried to go back to Tavius Callaway, but getting pick number 2, he joins his counterpart with 2 picks. 5 picks all told here for the Lynx, and it continues to go bad to worse for Ottawa.
So Moon will bring them out. Offset eye here. Inside handoff to Duncan. He breaks the tackle. And he'll pick up a solid 5 on the play. As the clock continues to tick down to 6:29. And they continue to pound the rock here. Moon calling signals. Another inside handoff. And it'll be 3rd and 1. Duncan, 71 yards on 29 carries. Tyler.
We'll probably see his total of carries ratchet up here in the later stages as Ottawa continues just to try and milk away the clock. We'll probably see... I'm going to say they're going to go with a screenplay out to the far side this time around to try and throw Ottawa.
And they bounce it outside in the run. And they'll get that first.
I knew the direction this time around, but not necessarily the play as the fullback. Give credit to the entirety of the Madison Lynx. We're going to highlight James Rambo again sealing the edge on the outside for Duncan to run through. And that's exactly what you need on a 3rd and short. And Madison maintains possession. That's been the story of the football game. These Lynx have had pretty much the football all game long.
Yeah, fullbacks are people too, Tyler. Back to pass. And he sacked. Big number 50 gets in there. Woohoo!
E.C. Turner, that's one highlight. he'll love to have when he sends his tape to the SFL. DC Turner, nice job. Gets sack number 1 today. And that's a little feather in your cap here.
Outside handoff and a gain. It's EC Tyler again on the tackle. Is it? No, it's number 98. That's Olsen, isn't it?
That's Bruce Horn there, Tommy. He's made a couple of tackles in the backfield today, and he continues to march Madison backward.
So 2 to the top. Ottawa showing blitz. Continues to let that clock run. Back to pass. There goes the pass. Incomplete. Where was that ball going, Tyler?
I want to say that Ottawa got to him as he threw, which helped force that ball go wide into out of bounds. That's why I think the refs are inclined to not throw the flag for intentional grounding. I think it's because of the pressure and eventually the hit on Moon that let that ball go wayward. But it does mean it's a nice defensive stop for Ottawa.
And they'll also punt from his 40. Ball's off. Good hang time. And the ball goes down to the Ottawa 4 and is down.
Ottawa has it all to do here, Tom. From their own 4, that's 96 yards to Pater, and to get back in this football game. 4 minutes, that's 2 2-minute drill drives, but you need 3 scores, so they're really going to have to march down the field in a hurry.
And they go with an offset I formation here. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Back to pass. Hits the screenplay. And they go no huddle here with time continuing to tick off the clock with 3:51. Back to pass, steps up in the pocket, same play. And it's blowing up in the backfield.
I think getting hit out of bounds is the best thing that Ottawa could. It looks like that might have been one of the very few plays in that formation for the Cavalry, and it gets their offense a chance to reset because they're doing the smart thing. They're not trying to use any timeouts, and they're not trying to waste too much clock and get back in the huddle. So that's an excellent strategy. And now it gets out the shotgun formation, a much better formation to be in when you're down by this amount late on in the football game.
Back from the gun. There's the out. And it's a catch and out of bounds. Nice play by Ellis.
One of the few times today Scott is able to break on Clay Martin underneath and able to haul in the reception. Martin's been swarming all over the receiver Scott today. That time Scott gets one on him, and it puts them past the first down marker, now at the 20, and the drive continues.
And they go to the 5 wide gun, 2 to the bottom, 3 to the top. Going long. And it's caught. What a grab. Back to the wide. They're going 5 wide again. Back to pass. Caught. But he's moving backwards.
Stuck in a merry-go-round, he was trying to juke his way out of it.
And we'll have 3rd and 11 as that ball hits the turf.
I saw in the chat here, Tom, that everyone's like, where's Lister? Where's our free safety? Well, there he is. Now he makes a play. I think that's the first time we've said Mr. Lister's name tonight. But comes when he makes a play when he's called upon, and it sets up with a 3rd and long. And Ottawa desperately need this conversion to have any hope of getting back in this football game.
3rd and 11 from the Ottawa 41. Patterson back to pass, plenty of time. Caught. But it'll be 4th and 3. They're going to have to go here, Tyler.
They're going to have to go, and I'm surprised they're not hurrying up to the line because under 3 minutes, they have to go for it. Yes, you're on your own side of the football field. You're down by 20. You have to go for it. And here comes the offense.
3 to the bottom. Single receiver to the top. Patterson back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Over the center. Caught! That's Rorick. She makes a nice grab there and continues to drive. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Caught! Rorick again on the grab as they go no huddle here.
Probably the last play we'll see before the 2-minute warning.
And this time it's dumped, and we'll get one more play before that 2-minute warning, Tyler.
We'll get one more play, and it's going to be a crucial play here on 3rd down here for Ottawa. They have to get beyond the 32-yard line to continue the drive, but they've done so far converting on 3rd down here on this drive, 2 for 2, and they make it 3 for 3.
And they'll go from the gun back to either side of Patterson. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure on the outside. Caught! And that'll be a 1st down. They're down to the Madison 24. But are they going to be able to get a playoff before that 2-minute warning? And they just do. Back to pass. Over the center. Caught! They're down to the 6. As we hit the 2-minute warning with the score, Madison 30, Ottawa 10. You're listening to the Simulation Minor League on YouTube. Tyler, you got to tell me about that play, because, I mean, that was one hell of a grab.
That's 2 plays that Harper has made a grab on, 2 consecutive plays. But where has this come from for Ottawa? Those last couple plays were plays where they were wide open. Patterson just found the holes in the zone where his receivers were instead of trying to force it. Excellent job from Patterson to find the open man. That's what led to this drive.
Back to pass. Oh. He was intending that pass for Scott, and they weren't having it.
Mississippi, kind of like how Mississippi plays in the middle of the United States. Juan, Mississippi was playing right there in short center field and knocks that one away.
1:53 remaining. As they stack the line, back to pass. Oh, that a catch? Nope, incomplete. So close to a touchdown.
God had it. He just put 1 foot on the end line before making the catch, and ultimately, it's just so close. That's the thing for Ottawa. They've had a couple of coast plays. They had a near diving catch in the end zone. Now they had a catch. They had a catch just out of the end zone.
So Ottawa goes 4 wide here. Patterson calling signals. Catch, touchdown, Ottawa.
It's Callaway who gets on the board. They took a little over 2 minutes on the drive here, Tom. It's a touchdown for Ottawa. Now they're going to need an onside kick. And if anything's to go from the last quarterfinal game here in the SFL playoffs between Mexico City and Baltimore, Ottawa might not be too far out of it yet.
So let's see if they can get this extra point, because they need this, Tyler. Waiting for the snap. Down. And ball through the uprights. So now we see the onside kick.
This is pretty much ball game right here, Tom. If they are unable to get the onside kick, it's pretty much all matters will be concluded here in Madison, Wisconsin.
And the ball's kicked. And Madison recovers. They'll be 1st and 10 at the Ottawa 36.
That right there, folks, might be your dagger. The hands team for Madison comes up with the football. That's Victor Williamson, the backup wide receiver who gets his mitts on it. And that should be just about that.
So Moon will go to the offset eye here, calling signals. Inside handoff. and Ottawa will call timeout here.
Tom, I think we have a pretty massive game coming up tomorrow afternoon. What do you think?
Oh, boy. Baltimore has been so flawless this year, but Florida has always given them a challenge. So I think it's anybody's game, Tyler.
Absolutely. For those of you not too just joining us here for the first time, we see a couple of new faces join us today, but that's the SFLm or it's not the SFLm championship, the proper SFL championship game between the Florida Storm and the Baltimore Vultures. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. You mentioned earlier, we got Cam, we got Josh on the call. I'm going to be there on the sidelines in Baltimore, talking to the players, talking to the coaches, giving them feedback. We got Eric Vincent, Damon Simeon going to be pregame. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, and that's all taking place on Next Level and for the fans tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern.
I can't wait to tune in, Tyler. Inside handoff, and Ottawa will use their final timeout with 1:31 remaining.
Check that before someone clips that. 2:30 p.m. Eastern. My apologies. But that's going to be fun. It's a fun matchup. We got the consistency in Florida. We got Charlie Boletsky, who came off being injured with a muscle cramp in the first half of the quarterfinal, to go and run back on his second touch of the football in the second half, 74 yards for a touchdown. We saw Baltimore come back and win that football game in their quarterfinal matchup. Both ball clubs are fun to watch. You got consistency versus explosiveness, and it has something for everybody tomorrow afternoon.
And there's another field goal, and that'll push the lead up to 33 to 17. Now, Andre Krim, when he played this year for QCC, he faced both teams, and they are both tough. So I don't know who's going to win that game. So I'm looking forward to seeing who wins that title game. Ball's kicked off. Caught down at the 7. Nice return to the 31-yard line.
Now, Tom, here comes Ottawa. They're just playing for pride at this point. If they can get some more points on the board here late on here in the later stages here of the fourth quarter, that's just more pride you're playing for at this point.
So they'll try to go from the gun here. Back to pass. There's a slant over the center. That's caught. Again, Miss Rorick again on the catch. Back to pass. Here comes the bomb, and it's overthrown. Intended for Scott.
Now you take a look at the depth. The corner on the play was Owen Ward, and I'm surprised he wasn't called for pass interference on the play, as he was probably holding Gus Scott from behind to try and slow him up. I'm surprised R62 didn't throw the flag.
So we'll go offset eye here. Two to the bottom, one to the top. Patterson calling signals for Ottawa. He runs the out, and that's caught by Scott. It'll be 3rd and 5.
More confidence between quarterback and receiver. Scott getting more and more touches as the game goes on, as he was able to work down Clay Martin just a little bit here, and now against what could be considered the backups here in Madison. He's able to find a few more yards here as we approach the 1-minute mark in regulation.
Patterson calling signals from a 4-wide set. 2 to the bottom, 2 to the top. There's the slant, caught over the center. 1st and 10 as they go hit the no huddle again. And he spikes it. Tyler, what does Ottawa have to do next week to get a better performance?
I think you take a look at this game film, see what hindered you in this football game. I think a couple of passes that Patterson was throwing into tight coverage, might have to take a look at those play calls. I think you just come out next week with a renewed sense of vigor, a new drive, a new maybe a new look, maybe a new passion, maybe a few new plays to try and get back on track. But Madison here at home is always going to be a tough opponent. And I think Ottawa knew that coming in. I think they knew that it was going to be a tough fight, a tough, hard fight against these Lynx. And ultimately, it led to what we saw here. The Lynx, just took control of this football game. That it has to be said. Now with Patterson and a couple of nice pass completions, they get beyond the 35-yard line. Patterson's going to go ahead and spike the football down with less than 25 seconds remaining. And so next week, I think you got to find maybe one or two running plays that help get Patterson more comfortable. You take a little bit of pressure off Patterson in order to give him another more opportunities to throw the football, because it came down to him having to force passes throughout the later part of this football game. And you see there 5 interceptions. Just not the kind of day you want to have if you're Scar Patterson.
So Patterson will call signals, back to pass. He'll dump it off. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the Madison 27 with 20 seconds remaining in the game. And for the Lynx?
For the Lynx here, Tom, I mean, what has to be said? They were involved in 2 tight contests in weeks 2 and 3. Now they come here at home and show everybody what they're capable of against, quality opposition, against what has to be, another team that could potentially make a run for the playoffs here later on in the season. Madison, it was just an excellent day for them all around, and they've just forcing Patterson into mistakes. And maybe that play right there, I think seen that play for Ottawa maybe 3 or 4 times, where the receivers just get bunched up, just get all huddled up, and they can't really release into the respective routes. I think that play has to be looked at, maybe taken off the play chart for next time out, because Ottawa will play Memphis at home, while Madison is going to go on the road and play Salt Lake City next week, or excuse me, not next week, but 2 weeks from now, as the entire league takes
a break for a week. Yep. Back to pass. There's the bomb over the middle, and it's tipped. We're down to 13 seconds remaining in this game.
That's a turnover on downs as well, Tom. So that's it. That's pretty much all she wrote, folks. We got 13 more seconds, 1 more kneel down, and that should do it. Madison, a very nice victory for them today. They moved to 3-0, and they look like they have the pieces in place to make a deep run and possibly back to the championship for the first time in a long while. For Ottawa, they go down to 1-3. A very I want to say they're close. Ottawa is close to being part of a breakthrough and to getting things going for their club and maybe finding a way into a winning record. They now need a second half of their season to remember, and maybe a nice long run of a couple of wins to maybe get them back into the playoff talks. But for now, Madison comes out here in Cheesehead land with a victory.
33-17 is your final score. As we look at the stats,
take a look at the time possession. We've talked about it at halftime. We've talked about it throughout the second half. I'm not going to try and bore everybody to death, but Madison kept hold of the football. They kept moving the football down the field effectively and consistently in that second half to put this football game away. They weren't deterred. They weren't thinking, Lexington, the same scoreline happened in Lexington. We could possibly go and have some trouble with Ottawa because of how explosive they can be. Not this time. Madison said they come out of the locker room, we played a solid first half, we're going to play a solid second half. They took the ball away 3 times in the first half. They took the ball away 2 times in the second half. This club is fantastic. For Ottawa, it's back to the drawing board here for a couple of play reworks, a couple of changes in the playbook, a couple of more mentoring sessions with the club, with the players. This team is on the cusp. Ottawa is on the cusp of making something happen. They're just not there yet. Madison is maybe just a few steps ahead of them.
As we see the plays that finish this game, beautiful field goal there. So for Tyler Faw, I'm Tom Riddell. You've been watching the Simulation Minor League with your final score, Lynx 37, Ottawa 17. Here.
Tom, I got to ask, who's your player of the game today?
You got to say Moon.
We'll see what the pundits have to say. I'd have to agree with you.
Duncan.
34 yards, 34 attempts, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. A solid day from the halfback. I would have gone with Moon, but Duncan had a solid day as well.
So, again, for Tyler Falk, I'm Tom Riddell. You've been watching the Simulation Minor League as Ottawa loses to Madison.